first movie was great. The original Robert E. Howard stories are better. And now the next-gen game is here, aptly titled simply Conan. You play as the legendary pulp hero, a muscle-bound once-and-future king who never met a woman he didn't screw and a man he didn't cut down mercilessly. Or at least that's the stereotypical play. The game makes for the character, trimming him from Howard's three-dimensional anti-hero to the simple barbarian most people take him for. A shame that the story here is so focused on broads, one-liners, and savage killings. One of Howard's stories could have been adapted wholesale for this occasion, but such was not to be. Instead, we gamers must be content with a half-baked tale of an evil sorcerer who will stop at nothing to rule Hyboria. It's yawn-inducing, and Ron Hellboy Perlman, who also voices the titular barbarian in the upcoming animated feature Red Nails, regretfully doesn't quite fill our favorite savage's sandals in the voice work department. A pitiful script doesn't do him any favors either. But the story is not the selling point here. It's the boobs. No, I'm just kidding. It's the God of War style gameplay. And here the game delivers. The action is brutal, ceaseless, and fairly satisfying. Although Conan suffers from the same fate of most such games, its action growing increasingly repetitive during long sessions. At least you can mix things up by earning new moves, although the difficulty of the game is such that it's not a requirement to master them. This isn't Devil May Cry after all. Purists of Conan canon, get ready to cringe if you haven't already. In the game, Conan doesn't quite manage to overcome his innate fear of sorcery, but at the same time he does manage to learn a few spells of his own. Like Sarah Palin and that Bridge to Nowhere, he was against this stuff before he was for it. Or whatever. Fortunately, despite doing a disservice to the mythos itself, these spells do come in handy in terms of gameplay. Sometimes it's nice to be able to summon an all-consuming void while surrounded by enemies, or turn gigantic hulking brutes to stone before they even know what hit them. Combat notwithstanding, you'll find the most basic kind of puzzle solving in Conan, mixed in with some Prince of Persia style platforming. Well, to use the word puzzle solving and Prince of Persia style in reference to this game is doing both a discredit to puzzle solving and Prince of Persia. But an attempt was made by the devs to mix things up and not throw a continuous hack and slash your way, although that's ultimately the feeling you'll take with you when the whole experience is done. Boss battles owe the most to Kratos in his quest for revenge, and generally make for a fun, if not quite challenging, diversion from killing hordes of nameless pirates and primates, although some of these multi-tiered encounters were out their welcome and then some, proving more tedious than exciting. Looping one-liners from Perlman such as "I'll cleave your skull to the teeth" and the endless "one less dog in the streets" rattle the nerves. There just aren't enough taunts to go around, and the aforementioned reference to dogs tends to come up when you just killed a lion. And that's just confusing. Also, listen for the tribal enemies that sound exactly like Cryptosporidium from the Destroy All Humans franchise.
The woman is ours.
If you want a quick laugh. But these are minor niggles, obviously. Fans of Conan fiction should brace for a departure from canon and a dumbing down of the hero, the likes of which make Conan the Destroyer look like Hamlet. But fans of hack and slash gameplay waiting for the next God of War could do a lot worse than to crush their enemies and hear the lamentations of their women.
Wrong! Conan, what is best in life?